Good morning, everybody at the Derby Depot. As you might have noticed, the last game went a little bit long, so we're going to give the teams enough time to warm up, and then we'll get started as soon as possible. So the scoreboard operator has updated the time to Derby on the clock, just under 15 minutes, folks. So go hit our vendors up, go out, grab yourself a cup of coffee outside. We'll be getting rolling here in about 15.
And also, don't forget to grab raffle tickets. We've got great raffle stuff. We got gift cards for Skate Rats and Oh My Quads and Bruised Boutique packages. We got Pit Viper sunglasses. We got Time Machine Skate Shop package. Go grab some raffle tickets, folks. All right. We are close to Derby time. Let's see who's playing today. Wearing the blue jerseys, we've got the Outlaws from Northern Arizona. Number 1031, Halloween. Number 12, Shenanigans. Number 13, Hugs and Stitches. 16, Ivy Push. 24, Glitter Bomb. 314, Pyar Scared. Yes. 321, Vivian Slayer. 35, Red Hout. 5, Lil Kitty Split. 54, Mecha Freakenstein. 562, Tinker Hell. 61, B Randy. 750, Gin and Toxic. 802, Mow You Down. And 88, Joya Destroya.
And on the pivot line bench, joining us from just a short drive to the south, Sin City Roller Derby Ace of Spades. Number 101, La Machina leading the list. 1369, Blue Falcon. Number 143, Helvira. Number 19, Ziggy Star Crush. 227, Nitro Glistening. Number 301, Lethal Intention. 33, Murphy's Law. 369, Senora Poundcakes. 39, Provocaloid. Number 421, Gorticia Adams. 435, Sticky Fingers. Number 508, Rocket Plower. Rocket Plower. I said I was going to get this right. They have a pronunciation guide for us and everything. Number 555, Wormhole. Number 681, Phoenix. 702, Malice Aforethought. 760, Scarlett O'Hara. 789, Countess von Bonebreak. Number 80, Zumea. 88, Inglorious Basher. And number 918, Bon Jovi. Your Sin City Roller Derby Aces.
And the officials for this game, Prince Albert, Saren Gasp, Vonnie, Infinite Loops, Salty Siren, Scary Reed, or Red, Sushi, Romp, Joysticks, Eris, Not Your Mom, Phoenix, Roller Ray, Hyperlinks, You Know Me, and Rev.
Number 301, Lethal Intentions with the star for Sin City. Both jammers into the pack, and looks like Northern Arizona is going to get recycled. Northern Arizona jammer does a really nice job shucking off jammer or blockers at the back, while her teammates held up Sin City's jammer, already out on a scoring trip is Arizona. First jam of the game, first penalty of the game. Send one of the Outlaws to the penalty box for a 30-second sit-down. Nice little apex jump down here in turn 3. Going to get Halloween 4 more points on there. Back around again, looking for 4 more. Sliding to the inside of turn 4. Going to put 4 more on the board and quickly back around, making some very fast laps here.
So 12, 15, 16 points for the Outlaws. Starting things off with a big jam there. Starting up the jam line, we have Helvira for the Aces. And Lil Kitty Split up for the Outlaws. Off they go. Split to the outside. Split dodges the inside. Helvira trying to get around the tripod. Split nudged out of bounds. Over there, down to 1 blocker. Split makes it through. So Split is the lead jammer, but Helvira's right on their tail. Everything's moving fast now. Pack is on the move. These jammers are going to have to catch up to the pack now. And Lil Kitty Split to the inside, nudged out of bounds, and calls the jam off. Looks like no points were scored there.
681 Phoenix wearing the star for Sin City, and number 24 Glitter Bomb for Northern Arizona. Couple of big jams here for Northern Arizona already. Sin City going to be looking to tighten up their blocking in this next one, work on getting that jammer out, getting some points. So I think a lot of the success for Northern Arizona's jammers here is due to some really nice offense, good support from their blockers. Northern Arizona out, lead jammer already, and on a scoring trip. Glitter Bomb getting tangled up with Sin City's blockers up there in the 3-4 apex. Looking to pivot for a possible pass. No, breaks free, inside line, out, 4 more points. Meanwhile, Sin City's jammer going to go take a 30-second sit down. That's not good news for Sin City. Going to leave Glitter Bomb alone for 30 seconds. But Sin City's blocker's not going to make that easy for Glitter Bomb. Been recycled to the inside twice in the 2-3 straightaway. Still struggling up there with the last couple blockers, but manages to shuck them off on the outside of turn 3. Up 4 more points on the board for Northern Arizona. All right, Sin City jammer out of the penalty box, back in the mix here. Glitter Bomb swinging around the 3-4 apex, got 2 blockers to beat down here. Almost out, gets knocked to the outside, but doesn't take advantage. Back inbounds legally. Little slide, 4 more in the air from our jammer referee, Saren Gasp. Going to be 12 points on the jam for Glitter Bomb. Glitter Bomb manages to tiptoe around that line of Sin City blockers back here at the jammer line. We're going to make that 16 on the jam. And star pass, no, not star pass, but star back on Sin City jammer, finally out of the pack. Jam clock is going to expire. And it's 4 more for Glitter Bomb. 20-point jam. 36-0 the score, just over 5 minutes gone in the first half.
We got Pyar Scared up at the jam line for the Outlaws. I'm a little bit of a math nerd, so I like that name. And Zumaya for the Aces. There's the whistle. There they go, both jammers to the inside. Scared dashes to the outside, slips through on the inside. Pyar Scared is the lead jammer. Zumaya swings wide. Can't get through. Oh, Pyar Scared. Little slip up there. And headed to the penalty box with a back block assessed. So we've got no lead jammer anymore. We're going the full 2 minutes. And a power jam here if the Aces can get through that initial pass. Zumaya trying to get a star pass. Oh, they did make a star pass. So we got Gortisha Adams will be the new jammer if they can get past this difficult tripod, 4-pod of Outlaw blockers. Pushing hard, can't make any progress on that wall. Pyar Scared, meanwhile, is back from penalty land and wasted no time squeezing around in between those defenders for 4 more points. And rapidly around the track, back to the back of the pack. Pyar Scared slips through, spins around one defender, splits off the last defenders from each other and makes it through for 4 more points. Gorticia Adams having trouble getting past this, trying to take Pyar Scared out as they come around. So, Pi bounces off defenders, back on their feet. Meanwhile, Gorticia Adams has made it through the initial, but will not have a chance to score points. The jam has ended. So, 12 decisive points there for the Outlaws, taking an early, big lead in this game, but certainly not comfortable in the world of roller derby.
We got 1031 Halloween wearing the star for Northern Arizona, and number 301 Lethal Intention for Sin City. We do have Northern Arizona's got one in the box, Sin City one in the box also, so even 3-3 packs until Sin City blocker re-entering the track now, so 4-3 pack advantage for Sin City. Let's see if they can do something with it. Lethal pushing hard up front. Going to get lead jammer. First time lead jammer for Sin City in this game. It's a good thing. But Northern Arizona's jammer, Halloween, through with a quick little hop over the inside apex of the 1-2 turn. Sin City going to call, see what they got. A couple of points in the air. Nice job by Sin City picking up a hard-earned 2 there. 48-2. Just about 10 minutes gone in the half.
And it looks like the penalty box is cleared out, so we've got everyone on the track who can be. We've got Little Kitty Split jamming for the Outlaws, and Helvira up for the Aces. Off they go, both jammers to the outside. Helvira shoved out of bounds. And Split doing some tough pushing there. Gets past those defenders, and Lil Kitty Split is the lead jammer. Wasting no time. Helvira seems to have found their way to the penalty box, so Split flies over the apex for 4 points, and a half minute of solemn reflection for Helvira. Here comes Kitty Split to the outside lane. Defenders making some room for them. Oh, and hits the deck. The star fell off. And so they do need to get that back on to score points, but it looks like they're just going to call the jam off.
All right, looks like Northern Arizona managed to pick up 7 more points in that jam, making our score of 55-2. On the track with the Stars, we have Glitter Bomb for Northern Arizona and Helvira for Sin City. It's going to be Glitter Bomb out first in turn 2, lead jammer to Northern Arizona. Glitter Bomb getting the word from coaching on the bench that the other jammer's still in the pack. Knows to just keep on rolling, and rolling she is through the pack. 4 more points on the board. Sin City's going to get their missing blocker back. Sin City blockers doing a pretty good job back here at the jammer line, containing Glitter Bomb. I think getting that other jammer or other blocker back from the penalty box helped a lot. Glitter Bomb a little bit exasperated, getting knocked out of bounds to the outside over here by the benches. Having a quick chat with the coach on the way by, but back at it now. Manages to break free of that wall outside of turn 1, and Arizona is through for 4 more points. It's like we have had a star pass to the Sin City pivot. fighting away with Arizona's blockers up the front, and they're getting recycled back into the pack. But one to pass now, no, two more, three more. Arizona doing a really nice job of moving their blockers around the track, getting in the way. Little less than 10 seconds left on the clock in this jam. Glitter Bomb almost through for another, getting knocked around a little bit, but manages, I think, to get all four. Let's see what the jammer referee has to say. Yes, Saren Gasp says all four. 16-point jam, 71-2 our score, 17 minutes on the clock in the half.
Phoenix wearing the star for Sin City, and Pyar Scared up there for Arizona. There's the whistle. There they go. Jammers take opposite directions, and Phoenix gets through. Lead jammer, look out, Pyar Scared is through also. Both jammers skating fast now. They're going to have to catch up to the pack. See who gets there, who's going to get the points. Phoenix is in charge with the lead jammer and decides to call the jam off. Outlaws got 3 points out of that, and 1 point for Sin City.
That's a tough one there. Sin City Jammer trying hard to get that quick call off, grab that single point, and shut it down for Arizona. But Arizona Jammer, little too quick, managed to pick up 3. Nice job.
That was a tough foot race there.
It looks like Sin City's going to use up one of their 3 timeouts, have a little chat, get some wisdom imparted from the coaching staff. We'll take a second to talk about our announcements and things that we have going on here, sponsors. So, as you can see above our lovely penalty box, the Pie Pizzeria banner, probably one of the first banners that went up when we moved into this building a whole bunch of years ago. Thanks to them for being a long-time sponsor of roller derby here in Utah. Big Willie's is now the exclusive after-party location for Wasatch Roller Derby 2026. Just down the street, right here, right in my neighborhood, actually. Great little bar, good food, pool tables. Come join us for after party there.
And Aspen Press and Packaging, who provided the flyers for today's bout, or this weekend's tournament, pardon me. But just like that, our timeout is over. So, Halloween will be wearing the star for the Outlaws, and Zumaya for Sin City Aces. And there's the whistle. Halloween stuck in traffic there while Zumaya gets out and lead jammer. So, Round on a scoring pass now. Halloween's still on the initial. Gonna hang back and try to put some pressure on that jammer. Zumaya sidesteps into the pack. Slips past the defenders. 1 defender left. Makes it. That'll be 4 points for Sin City. Look out. Here it comes. Hugs and Stitches. Like lightning, slips through and forces a call off there. So 4 quick points for Sin City, and able to hold the Outlaws to no points in that game, that last jam. Lethal Intentions will be wearing the star for Sin City. Little Kitty Split up there for the Outlaws. All the defenders right up there at the line. And off we go. Split pushing that tripod down the track. Still can't quite get past. Lethal Intention zigzagging, trying to make some room. Little help from their defenders to make an opening. But Little Kitty Split makes it through as the lead jammer. So, Split coming around, scoring pass, and Gorticia Adams accepts the star pass for Sin City. So, here they come, and Gore did their job, forced a call off there. So 4 quick points for Northern Arizona and 0 up for the Aces.
Just a little bit over halfway through the first period of this game here. Score 78-7. Northern Arizona solidly in the lead, but it is roller derby and anything can happen. 15 minutes is a long time. But it is going to be glitter bomb. Northern Arizona once again out first. Lead jammer. Phoenix still struggling with Northern Arizona blockers, but pushing them out further and further down the 2-3 straightaway. Manages to break away about halfway down. Out on a scoring trip now is Phoenix for Sin City. Glitter bomb going to get contained over there by Sin City's blockers just outside turn 2. To get knocked out of bounds, but not before picking up 3 more points. Called it off as she got knocked out of bounds to prevent the score from Sin City. 81-7.
So queuing up at the jam line, we got Helvira for Sin City. Pyar Scared up for Northern Arizona. Jammers are going to get a little runway. That's the start of the jam. Pyar Scared doing some tiptoeing, but slams up into the wall of Sin City. Helvira solidly stuck behind the wall of Outlaws. Both jammers fighting against really good defenses to get by. Pyar Scared slips through and out of bounds, so they've got to go back to the back of the pack and try again. Helvira still fighting to get through, knocked out of bounds. Recycled. Pyar Scared knocked out again on the inside lane. Got to go back to the back of the pack and try it again. Helvira tiptoeing on the inside rope. Defenders reform in front of them. Both jammers still trying to get through their initial pass. And Pyar Scared gets it. Lead jammer after a minute almost of hard pushing. So here comes the Outlaws on a scoring pass. Helvira is still on their initial. That means they cannot score any points yet. Pyar Scared crashes through the defenders from Sin City. Collects 4 points for their troubles. Little star pass action. Gorticia Adams spins around the last defender. One more, scoots in front. Now Adams has got it. So Adams coming around, and Pyar Scared's not going to let them get anywhere close. Calls the jam off with 8 points there for the Outlaws.
It looks like Outlaws Roller Derby is calling, Northern Arizona Roller Derby is calling an official review. My guess is if you are at a travel roller derby tournament that you don't need me to explain the rules, so we're just going to jabber on about sponsors and vendors and stuff.
We have quite a few vendors here. You may have seen the Witch's Brew Coffee truck outside. Grab some caffeine so you can last all day here with us today.
I was very excited to see that when I got here.
How's the coffee?
I haven't had one yet, but that is my destination at halftime, so I'll let you know.
I think I might hit that as well. We'll have to see. Halftime is also a great time to get something to eat. We got Empanadas 801 here just inside. They've got some food, Peruvian food, great flavors, and authentic Peruvian food. You may want some cool stuff to take back home with you from the tournament. Might I suggest the Wicked Little Clay Company. They've got handmade earrings and jewelry, or maybe you need some skate gear. We've got Oh My Quad Skate Shop. Yes, and Dusty Rose Vintage, owned by 2 of our local skaters, Colonel Skirts and La Tigra. Go grab you some vintagey stuff. Great for cowboys, cowgirls, cow non-binaries, and such. We also got Robo Fluff here today with business run by Robin. They've got custom furry costumes, tails, and ears.
I knew if I turned up this song that somebody from Happy Valley would get up and dance.
Looks like more than one somebody. That's the best way to fill some official review time if you're a skater. And it's still the first half. These folks have lots of energy to dance.
That's what I'm talking about. Official review dance party should be a rule. All right, I'll wait till head referee Prince Albert gives his ruling to the coaches. They were looking for a cutting the track penalty against one of the Sin City skaters, and we'll let you know what the ruling is on that in just a moment. All right, so the officials discussed. They saw the action in question. They disagree. They say that they were right the first time. So Northern Arizona is denied the review in the first period. They don't get to keep it. They'll get another one in the second half, and we're back underway with Halloween, 10:31 wearing the star for Northern Arizona, and Zumaya for Sin City. Empty penalty box, full packs on the track. Everybody tangled up just above the pivot line right now. Looks like it's going to be Northern Arizona rumbling the way through Sin City's blockers. Lead jammer for Northern Arizona, but Zumaya out also about half a track behind for Sin City.
Oh, flying over the apex. Halloween grabbing 4 points to call the jam off.
Nice work there by Holly, picking up 4 more points, inching ever closer to the century mark on the scoreboard, 93-7, with just about 10 minutes left in the half.
So, Sin City will be down a blocker at the start of this jam. Lethal Intention wearing the star for them. Kitty Split trying to force their way through for the Outlaws, and we've got an injury on the track.
We're going to bring our medics out onto the track here, check in on our down Sin City skater. Feel like that's a good opportunity to thank all of our volunteers for coming out and making roller derby happen. That does include our medical staff. Everything you see here is run by volunteers. Nobody gets paid for this. The officiating staff, the security, medics, concessions, ticket takers, everybody. So thanks to all the volunteers. You are what makes roller derby happen. Looks like skaters going to be off hanging out with the medics for a few jams, see what's going on there. Hope they're doing all right.
That whistle means it's back to derby time. We've got Lethal Intentions at the jam line for Arizona. And I believe the Sin City jammer is, I'm sorry, the Outlaws jammer. No, both jammers are on the track. Pardon me.
No, we do have Arizona jammers in the penalty box. I think they went right at the end of that last jam, but I was focused more on the down skater, so I didn't actually see what the call was. But yeah. Sin City is on a power jam. I believe it's their first power jam of the game. So,
yep.
And as I say that, Northern Arizona jammer is out of the penalty box into the pack and working her way through.
Little pile up there at the apex. And Kitty Split makes it through. Will take the lead jammer status. And just that fast, they're back to the pack, but nudged out of bounds in the inside there, so they're recycled back. Outside lane for Kitty, and takes 4 points for their trouble. Lethal Intention trying to find a way through. We got a star pass here for Sin City. So Inglorious Basher is the new jammer. And wasted no time to get back to the pack. Kitty Split gets past the defenders. 4 more points. Basher trying to get through traffic now. Breaks through. 1 defender left. Now 2 defenders. Spin move for Basher. Gets past. Basher's through. Basher on a scoring pass now. Kitty Split stays in bounds by a hair. Gets 4 more points. And Basher bounces off defenders. Grabs 4 points for their troubles.
That's what we like to see on a star pass. Pivot showing us how it's done. 4 well-earned points for Sin City.
And Northern Arizona up over 100 now with 105.
We have Glitter Bomb wearing the star for Northern Arizona. Sin City has Phoenix on the line. Both jammers into the pack on the outside line, meeting some pretty stiff resistance. Northern Arizona blockers doing a really nice job, but Phoenix does manage to find a hole, gets tripped up on the rope. Down she goes, and it's Glitter Bomb going to break out first for Northern Arizona, lead jammer. Phoenix shucking off the last blocker there, out on a scoring trip for Sin City now. So close, but not close enough. Jammer referee Vonnie says 0 points. Was a valiant effort.
Northern Arizona doing a great job controlling the clock here. One of the benefits of grabbing lead jammer is being in control of the time and the pacing. And this team is doing an excellent job of that. So we got 314 and 143 are our jammer numbers. Pi are scared and Helvira. Pi makes it through the inside lane. Pi will be the lead jammer. Around the bottom of the horn and on a scoring pass. Helvira trying to tiptoe on the inside lane. Doesn't quite have enough room to get by. Pi are scared, found some space though and got through. Now we've got a power jam. Looks like Helvira must have stepped over the rope and out. So 30 seconds in the penalty box. Pi are scared. Gonna use all of that time to their advantage. So here they come. Defenders engage. Push those blockers out of the way, and Pi are scared crashes through for 4 more points. Rolling through. Jam is halfway over. Same deal, defenders make a hole, but now Sin City regroups in front, putting the brakes on Pi are scared. 2 defenders now to deal with. Shucks one of them off, knocks the other off. Pi are scared, gets through. 4 more points. Helvira knocked down and inside as they come back from penalty land. And Pi slips around the defenders, making it look too easy. No, we know it's not. And casually calls the jam off with 20 big points there.
All right, just about 5 minutes before halftime of this game, we got Halloween wearing the star for Northern Arizona, Zumaya for Sin City. Full packs on the track. Nobody hanging out in the penalty box that I can see. The penalty box officials have been kind of getting a break in this game. It hasn't been a super penalty heavy game. There have been a few, but it's not been, kind of a revolving door. Nice job by Sin City Jammer Zumaya finding a hole on the outside. Lead jammer for Sin City, but Halloween out of the pack also on the inside of turn 2, about a half a track behind. See if Sin City can put some points together on this. Nice acceleration on the outside. Gonna call it off. I think both teams did pick up points there, but it was a really nice sprint at the end there by Zumaya. 4 more points on the board for Sin City. Northern Arizona picking up 2.
Great burst of speed there at the end by Zumaya. So looking at just under 4 minutes left on the game clock in the first half. Lethal Intention going to start a little bit separated back from Kitty Split. There's the whistle. Kitty tiptoes the outside and right out of bounds. Recycled back. Kitty Split tries again. This time tiptoes around the inside. Gets through. Quick feet. Got him through. And Lethal Intention sandwiched in there like sardines there in the middle of the track. Kitty Split. There they go. 4 more points. Moving fast now. Lethal Intentions made it through. Is on a scoring pass. Pack is moving. Split those defenders. Kitty Split gets the last 4 points and calls the jam off. And Northern Arizona holding Sin City pointless on that jam.
So I mentioned at the beginning while we were doing rollouts that they provided us skater pronunciation guides, which I, as an announcer, very much appreciate. But the last jammer for Northern Arizona, it's Lil Kitty Split. And in the skater name pronunciation column, it says Mika freaking Steen, or Stein, I'm not sure. But anyway, thought that was kind of funny.
I see that's for the next blocker down on the list.
Oh, look at that, it is. You're right.
Glitter Bomb has burst through as the lead jammer. Can try to get through. Phoenix is looking for an opening. Finds it. Almost past the last defender. There goes Phoenix on a scoring pass now. Glitter Bomb tied up in the middle there and calls the jam off. But it looks like we've got a penalty assessed there at the end. So Sin City blocker is going to be headed to the penalty box.
So 4-3 pack advantage for Northern Arizona. Halloween and Zumaya back on the line together. Minute and a half left in the first period. Please do remember at halftime, prioritize skaters and active skating officials in the restroom. And it's Zumaya once again out first inside of turn 1, lead jammer for Sin City. Halloween making it out also turn 2, little under half a track behind. Zumaya gonna spin into the pack and then get spun right out of bounds. Call it off for 3 points. Nice work by Sin City, putting a few on the board. Under a minute left in the half.
So Lethal Intention will be our jammer for Sin City. Lil Kitty Split up there for the Outlaws. Outlaws defenders right up at the line. And off they go. Lethal Intention looking to the inside. Split shoved out of bounds up there at the top of the turn. Gets through. Defenders reform around Split. Lethal Intention zigzagging. Squeezing through. 2 defenders left. 1 defender left. Lethal Intention's through. Kitty Split is through. Kitty is the lead jammer. Game clock is over, so whenever Kitty wants to call it, that's the end of the half. And call it, they do. From 1 foot, no less. So, last points of the half, 4 go to Northern Arizona and 2 to Sin City. Folks, there are restrooms, there are porta potties outside for y'all to use. And We're going to take a little break here. We'll be back in about 14 minutes for more action.
Actually, just getting an update from production. Looks like we're going to be doing 10-minute halftime here. So 10 minutes. We'll update that clock here in just a second. But please go see our vendors. Grab yourself something to eat. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. And I'll see you back here shortly.
And we are back. Halloween pulling out ahead as the lead jammer. And Lethal Intention struggling to get past those defenders. Halloween zigzags. Defenders reform in front of them. Shoves to the inside. One last defender knocks Halloween out of bounds. So they're going to try again. Lethal Intention made it through the pack, though. Is on a scoring pass now. And Halloween's going to call the end of the jam. Quick first jam here. Start of the second half.
We got 681 Phoenix wearing the star for Sin City. And Little Kitty Split. We've been having a conversation about this. She's back on the track wearing the star. Spin move from Split on the outside. Lead jammer for Arizona. Split going to call it off after picking up one. Going to shut it down for Sin City. 151-24 our score. Jam 3 on the way.
Looks like we've got Zumaya for Sin City. Glitter Bomb up there right at the line is Glitter Bomb there for Northern Arizona. And Glitter Bomb goes to the inside. Knocked around, manages to stay in inbounds to the outside lane, slips through. Glitter Bomb's the lead jammer. Zumaya to the back of the pack. Nudge out of bounds. And recycled back while Glitter Bomb comes through, crashes up against the Sin City defenders, makes it past the last one for 4 more points. And we've got a star pass for Sin City. Number 421, that's Gortisha Adams, will be the new jammer for Sin City. Glitter Bomb around for 4 more points. To the back of the pack, Glitter Bomb engages. Swings to the inside. Tiptoes around the outside, tiptoes out of bounds. Has to go back to the back of the pack. Gortisha Adams smashes through the last defender. Now is on a scoring run. So Gortisha wasting no time trying to get around. And Glitter Bomb watches carefully and calls the jam off as Gortisha gets to the pack.
Lethal Intention with the star for Sin City. And Pyar Scared for Northern Arizona. Having a little chat on the line. We got a 4-3 pack advantage for Arizona. 1 Sin City blocker hanging out in the penalty box. Pack just now passing the pivot line. Both jammers getting tangled up, but Sin City going to get recycled to the inside right at the same time as Pyar Scared pops out the front. Lead jammer for Arizona. Going to have a successful star pass here for Sin City. It's going to go number 88. The pivot once again. It's pretty successful last time she took the star. But Northern Arizona is going to call it off. Stop that from happening. Looks like Northern Arizona managed to sneak in 1 point on that jam. Nice job.
Phoenix will be jamming for Sin City. Halloween up there for Northern Arizona. All the defenders are right up at the line. Both jammers go to the inside. Little shovey shove. and stopped by the defenders. Halloween slips around the outside, though. Gets the lead jammer status. Phoenix takes the opening behind their pivot and is on a scoring pass now. So the race is on. Halloween bumped out of bounds, recycled back, and they're going to call the jam before Phoenix can get there. 0 points for both teams there. Empty penalty box.
Got split wearing the star for Northern Arizona and Zumaya for Sin City. Like Shifty said, full packs on the track. See what they can do with it. Both jammers going to get recycled, one to the in, one to the out. Zigzagging across behind each other, and it's going to be Sin City out first. Zumaya finds a hole on the inside of turn one. Lead jammer, but split out about 15 feet back and closing.
And Sin City blocker starting the jam off in the penalty box, so 3-4 pack advantage going to Northern Arizona. Looks like we got Hugs and Stitches. We'll be jamming for Northern Arizona up against Lethal Intention. And there they go. Nice move by Hugs and Stitches on the inside. Grabs lead jammer status, but Lethal Intention right behind. They are on the move. The pack is on the move. Stitches going to have to catch up to the pack, try to weave their way through, taking down a defender on the way. Calls the jam off. Looks like one lone point there for the Outlaws.
A lot of 0-0 jams here in the second half. A little 1-0 jams. That speaks volumes about the blocking from Sin City at the beginning of the second half. Not sure what coaches and captains had to say to them at halftime, but they've certainly been doing a much better job of closing off the opportunities for Northern Arizona in the second half.
Indeed. And we've got a team timeout called. So give the skaters a little bit of a breather. It's always a key and opportunity for the officials to go to the watering hole, as it were, for the zebras. Gets water up while they can. We pay a lot of attention to the skaters on the track, but these officials on skates are doing quite a lot of mileage themselves.
Yeah, I mean, skate every jam, especially the outside pack refs. They got skating the further distance.
That's right. They can't even send themselves to the penalty box for a rest. They're there the whole time.
Right.
Well, that noise means it's the end of the timeout. Back to game time. Pyar Scared will be jamming for the Outlaws. Phoenix will be jamming for the Aces. And Northern Arizona's defenders are going to be right up the line. There they go. Phoenix to the inside. Steps out of bounds. Pyar Scared finds wide opening and takes it. Off they go for lead jammer. We got a star pass here. Pyar Scared zigzagging around defenders. Takes the openings where they can find them and gets 4 more points. And Glorious Basher will be the new jammer as soon as they get the star cap on, but they're going to have to get through the pack. Pyar Scared knocked out of bounds in the inside there. Recycled back. Great job by Sin City putting the brakes on that scoring run there. So, Pie gets 4 more points. Basher looking for an opening in the Outlaws defenders. Not finding it, though. Got a tight tripod, but Basher's going to try to push through it. Pyre scared, slips around the inside, down to the last defender, spins around, gets past him. 4 more points for Pyre scared. Basher putting the shoulder down and ramming into some blockers. Still can't break a hole through. Pyre scared casually to the inside, loops around the outside. Now 1 defender in front of them, but stretch the pack too thin, so Scared gets let by for 4 more points. Glorious Basher almost made it through the pack, but shoved out of bounds on the outside lane. Pyre Scared took advantage of the opening there and skates through for 4 more points. Sitting at 20 so far this jam. And Sin City blocker puts an end to that unstopped scoring run. Recycles Pyre Scared back to the inside, out of bounds on the inside, and it looks like that's the end of the jam time. 21 big points there for Northern Arizona.
Looks like head ref Prince Albert taking a official timeout here. Going to have a chat with the scorekeeping team, see what's going on over there in a minute. As of right now, score on last jam was 21-0. I don't think we've had one over 20, have we, Shifty?
I don't think so. I think 20 was the cap before, so.
All right.
21.
We'll run down our vendors again. We got Witch's Brew Coffee, which I did go and get a cup from. It is delicious. Thank you very much to them. Oh My Quad Skate Shop out of Prescott, Arizona, locally owned by 2 longtime derby skaters, Joya Destroya and Holly Ween, playing on the track right now. Would love to meet your skating and gear needs. Go see them after the game because, you know, they're not going to be able to vend much right now considering they're wearing the roller skates.
But they do have a raffle prize that you can win from Oh My Quad. So check that out while you've got some time. Pick up some raffle tickets. You might be going home with some really cool stuff at the end of this tournament.
All right, we got Holly Ween with the star for Northern Arizona. Zumaya once again for Sin City, and it's going to be Holly Ween busting through first. Lead jammer for the Outlaws.
Oh, flying over the apex. Holly Ween for 4 more.
Northern Arizona going to lose the pivot to the penalty box. Looks like Northern Arizona blockers were looking for a cut on Zumaya there, but didn't get it. Probably have something to say to coach about that when they get back to the bench. Holly Ween through the pack, 4 more points. And looks like Holly's going to keep this one rolling, even though Zumaya is in the pack on a scoring trip now. Or no, actually not. Yeah, a minute in, and Zumaya is still stuck on the initial trip. Just getting really well contained by Northern Arizona blockers. They're going to run back, try for a cut trap, don't get it. That pivot for Northern Arizona going to go right back to the penalty box. I believe it was a direction penalty, but I'm not 100% sure. It's number 13, Hugs and Stitches, wearing the stripe there. No pack called, and Zumaya finally going to make it out on the initial trip. 20 seconds remaining on the jam. Holly Ween coming around, going to pass Zumaya into the pack one more time. Oh, knocked down hard to the outside by Sin City blockers. A little bit of a... Looks like skates went out from under. Took a good spill there. Our medical staff going to come out on the track and check out Holly Ween.
I believe the hit was good, but the skates came out from under her and hit the deck hard. So give these medics a couple minutes to do their thing.
will take the opportunity to talk about a few more of our vendors here. Next stop on my culinary journey through this tournament, not that you all wanted to know, will be Empanadas 801 because empanadas are delicious. So come on over and join me after the game. Let's go grab something to eat. Wicked Little Clay Company, handmade polymer clay earrings. I can't talk today. That's not a good thing for an announcer. Handmade polymer clay earrings and jewelry from Wicked Little Clay Co. Must be nuts, handcrafted small batch gourmet peanut butter and unique flavors like churrolicious. Ooh, that does sound good. Maybe that's halftime of next game.
That might be.
Cookies and Dreams, seasonal specials, artisan spreads made in Utah.
Looks like our injured skater is able to leave the track on her own skates. Always a good sign.
Officiating staff having a little chat in the infield there. It's like Prince Albert making some adjustments within his crew. All right, skaters back out on the track, ready to roll. Lethal Intention with the star for Sin City, and number 5, Split on the track for Northern Arizona.
And Sin City's going to be starting with a couple skaters down while they are occupying the penalty box spots. See, Colin, I think you jinxed it earlier. You were saying the penalty box was pretty slow, and now it's hopping.
I know. I shouldn't have said anything.
Y'all didn't know announcers had magical powers, but sometimes we do.
I mean, I think Nitro and Sticky can handle this, just the two of them out there, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think the next thing we ought to jinx, though, is pizza coming down from the heavens or something. From the pie, that would be great, except, all the pizza that hits the ground is going to be bad
Effin,
news.
can you arrange pizza from heaven?
I mean, I would eat pie pizza off the ground because it is that good, but that's questionable at best.
Maybe not off this ground, though.
No, not in here, no. Oddly enough, I think the parking lot might be a little cleaner than the floor after a tournament in here.
Yeah. All right. 3.5 minutes into our timeout here. Let's see.
Looks like our injured skater is cleared to return to the bench.
Yep, still have to sit out 3 jams, I think.
jams.
'Cause if the jam was called for that injury, then it was, but I'm not sure. All right, everything is right in the world with the officiating crew. Last jam, new high score jam, 25 points for Northern Arizona Roller Derby Outlaws and 8 points on the board for Sin City, bringing us to a total of 211 to 32. Once again, we got Split with the Star, who is now the lead jammer for Northern Arizona.
I think that 8 points was a record high for Sin City, though, in this game so far, which is excellent news for them.
So Lethal has taken the Star off, going to get one more blocker back out of the penalty box. Number 19, Ziggy Star Crush coming out of the box also. So that's all 4 back on the pack now. Split going to call the jam, picking up 8 points. 0 for Sin City, 8-0 jam, 219 to 32.
Empty penalty box, though, so we've got all the skaters on the track who can be. Phoenix jamming up against Glitter Bomb. The whistle blows. Glitter Bomb to the inside lane. swings wide to the outside, tiptoes around, makes it through. Glitter Bomb will be the lead jammer. Phoenix sandwiched in there pretty tight around those defenders, but manages to slip the star cap through. So here comes Gorticia Adams, the new jammer. Wasting no time, and they did their job well. Forced the call off. 4 points for Northern Arizona.
Got Coach Dak out there on the track talking to Prince Albert. I'm more used to seeing him wearing stripes and carrying a whistle, but, you know, I went from reffing to coaching, so I guess it's okay.
Got to be flexible in the world of Derby. By our scared, jamming for Northern Arizona, and Zamaya for Sin City. Got a few skaters hitting the deck there, but Pi comes out on top. Lead jammer, Zamaya almost made a pass, but found their way out of bounds. So recycled back, taking another shot at it. Pi are scared with some good zigzagging back and forth, shake defenders off and get through. So 4 more points goes to Northern Arizona.
Northern Arizona lost a blocker to the penalty box there. Let's see if Zamaya can take advantage of that.
Zamaya recycled again. 1-on-2. Slips past him. Zamaya makes it. Zamaya is through on a scoring pass now. Pi are scared, hit traffic there and clogged up there at the top of the track. And they're going to call the jam off.
All right, about 15 minutes left in the game here, just a little under. 2:34-32 our score. 11 points on the last jam for Northern Arizona. Hugs and Stitches wearing the star for the Outlaws. Lethal Intention once again for the Aces. We have full packs on the track. And off we go.
Frantic tangle there. Hugs and Stitches comes out on top. But Lethal Injection is right behind, about half a track behind. Hugs and Stitches spinning through defenders and calls the jam off. Keeping a tight grip on control of the clock and the pace. Managing to get 3 points also.
Don't mind me, I'm just bashing my head into the microphone up here. It's fine. Phoenix wearing the star for Sin City. Hit split once again, number 5 for Arizona. Out first on the outside of turn 1. Little kitty split. Phoenix out of the pack 2. Almost makes it in 4 points, but Split going to call it off. Pick it up 4 for Outlaws. 2:41-32. 13 minutes left in the game.
Yep, Sin City's really tightened up the defense there and making these scoring jams a lot smaller numbers here and shorter jams. Great evidence of the work they're doing, pulling the defense together and slowing the jammers down. Glitter Bomb jamming for the Outlaws with some fancy footwork, gets past the defenders, will be the lead jammer. Phoenix trying to squirm through the defenders here on the inside lane. Glitter Bomb has reemerged. Coming back, zigs to the outside lane. Slips past the defenders, 1 left. Reform, 2 left now. Crashes through the middle. Glitter Bomb's got 4 more points for Northern Arizona.
Did have a star pass from Sin City to Gorticia Adams, who is now finding a hole on the outside of turn 2. Out of the pack now on a scoring trip for Sin City. Glitter Bomb going to shut it down. The 7-0 jam. Didn't quite get all 4 on that one. 248 to 32 to score. 11:40 on the clock.
Full sets of 5 skaters apiece on the track. Got Pyre Scared going down in a pile up there in the middle of the track. Quick back to their feet, though, and takes the lead jammer status. And here comes Lethal Injection, bullying through those defenders. Now on a scoring pass. Half a track to catch up. Pie coming through, zags to the outside lane. Very daintily calls the jam off before Sin City can get there. 4-0 jam.
Did you just say daintily?
I did. You should have seen it. It was dainty.
I don't know that I have ever heard an action in roller derby described as dainty, but okay.
You got to be flexible. Sometimes you got to be dainty. Personally, I am not dainty, but
Nor am I, sir.
other people can be.
Hugs and Stitches wearing the star for the Outlaws. Phoenix for the Aces. And it's Phoenix out first. Lead jammer, Sin City.
Stepping on the gas. Phoenix making quick work.
Yeah, Hugs and Stitches out of the pack now, also on a scoring trip. Tugging the star back on down here in turn 4, almost to the pack. Let's see what Phoenix is going to do. Going for that quick call off. 4 points on the board for Sin City, but Outlaws managed to sneak in 2 as well. 254-36 on the scoreboard. 9.5 to go in the game.
We have a familiar pairing at the jam line. Kitty Splits going against Sumaya. The Sin City defenders settle down to the jam line. Off they go. Sumaya takes the lead, though. Out first. Sin City defenders really put the brakes on Kitty Split. So Kitty is through. Closing the gap quickly. Zumaya's got to work fast before Kitty gets there. Zumaya to the back of the pack. Calling the jam off. We got a big old pile up of skaters there. Hopefully everyone made it all right. So 4-2 jam in favor of the Outlaws. Penalty box is a little bit populated there. Glitter Bomb slithers through, takes the lead jammer status. Lethal Intention, quick feet, 1 foot, slides, falls. Didn't quite make it, so they got to be recycled back. Try again. Glitter Bomb. Good solid hit from the Sin City defenders. Takes Glitter Bomb out of bounds. And looks like that defender has got themselves a penalty as well. That's Bon Jovi. And that's the end of that jam. 4 points for Northern Arizona and 2 for Sin City. Timeout called by Arizona, Northern Arizona.
Take a little break. So Shifty said something about a raffle
I sure did.
When are we doing the drawings for this raffle? Do you know?
I do not know.
All right. Well, we'll have to find that out for you. We'll announce that next game. But raffle prizes are as follows. Got a Time Machine skate shop package, a ProTech helmet, 2 sets of bearings, and a $50 gift card. A Viper sunglass or Pit Viper sunglasses, 2 drawings for that. Skate Rats $50 gift card. OMQ $100 gift card. Oh my quad. That's what we were talking about earlier. Bruce Boutique packages, 2 drawings for that. $50 good card, gift card, a hoodie, and swag, and a $30 gift card plus swag. So go find yourself some raffle tickets. We'll let you know when the drawing's going to be. Looks like our timeout is over. Going to be starting off the jam with Phoenix wearing the star for Sin City and Pi are scared for Northern Arizona. Do have 1 blocker each in the penalty box, 3 3-packs on the track. Both jammers tied up now with the blockers, but whistle's going to blow. Sin City's going to lose a pivot, and wow, Pi are scared is okay. Out first. There's the lead jammer signal, so it is going to be lead jammer for Northern Arizona. Phoenix still fighting it out with the Arizona blockers. Bodies flying up there in turn 1. Going to lose another blocker from Sin City to the penalty box. Looks like we're going to do a little do-si-do and swap one in and swap one out. Northern Arizona going to call that one off after picking up 9 points on that jam. And we're going to take another timeout now for an official review from Northern Arizona. No, sorry. Prince Albert is correcting me. Sin City calling review. So, Coach Dak got something to say. Let them have a conversation. We'll let you know what they say when they're done. Let's see, where did I leave off with our vendors? Ah, yes, Dusty Rose of Vintage, locally owned by 2 of Wasatch's own Latigra and Colonel Skirts. Sisters, by the way. Been in Derby a very long time.
I did not know they were sisters.
Yes.
Wow. There's so many things I don't know.
Most of your way over to the Dusty Rose Vintage booth, where you can find all kinds of treasures to bring home to your cowgirl or cowboy. Oh, how sweet. Saturday only, we have a RoboFluff, a unique sewing business run by Robin at RoboFluff Industries. We specialize in creating custom furry costumes, tails, and ears that are designed to make your dreams come to life. That's pretty cool. I know some friends who have pretty awesome furry stuff.
Very cool. There is definitely some overlap in the Venn diagram circles of furry community and derby community.
Without a doubt.
I'm here for it. Love it.
All right. Backslash, one of our referees, coming over to give us the news on the review. Sin City was asking for a penalty to be overturned on one of their skaters, a forearm against them. We'll let Albert finish giving his decision, and then we'll let you know. All right, looks like Albert's done with that conversation. So, the referees once again said, we saw what we saw, we called what we called, and they do not retain their review. Head ref Prince Albert having a quick chat with the scorekeeping team up here on the dais next to us. Rolling whistle means we are ready to go again, and it's once again Hugs and Stitches wearing the star for the Outlaws, Zumaya again for the Aces.
Little jammer on jammer action here before they even get to the pack. Stitches putting the pressure on Zumaya. Zumaya nudges Stitches out of bounds for their troubles. Stitches falling over, still stumbling. Back up though, inside lane. Takes the defender down, but gets the lead jammer status. So Stitches, just like that, is back to the back of the pack, ready to score points. Tried to go around the apex and skated out of bounds, so they are recycled back. We got us a star pass for Sin City. Here comes Gorticia Adams flying, and that is all it takes to put an end to the jam. Burst of speed from that pivot turn jammer to force an end to the scoring.
All right, we got, once again, Holly Ween wearing the star for Northern Arizona. Lethal Intention for Sin City. 275 points on the Northern Arizona side, 40 points on the Sin City Roller Derby side. And I gotta tell you, a lot of times when you see a point disparity like this in a roller derby game, you're getting down to the last 5 minutes. You see the team on the smaller end of the scoreboard kind of giving up a little bit, maybe feeling a little bit dejected. That is not the case with Sin City. They have maintained positivity and drive through this entire game. They've played every jam as hard as they could. It is pretty awesome to see, and they've done a really good job in this game.
Absolutely. That's going to give them some good momentum for their next matchup. Whenever that happens, the end of the day today is the next one for Sin City.
Quick 4-point addition there for the Outlaws. Going to reset the jam. 4.5 minutes left in our game.
We got Split jamming up there for the Outlaws. Phoenix wearing the star for Sin City. The blockers seem to be giving a little bit of breathing room here. Let's see what these jammers do with that. Off they go. Phoenix bounces off a shoulder and out of bounds. Split also recycled back. Taking another go at it. Phoenix finds an opening, puts on the speed. Phoenix is the lead jammer. Split takes a hop around the inside, steps out, so they are going recycled back. Here comes Phoenix on a scoring trip.
Yeah, power jam for Sin City here. Good opportunity to rack up a few more points on this for Phoenix. Shucking off blockers up in the front as they go out of play. 4 points on the board for Sin City.
And Sin City blockers go to make some openings for Phoenix to get through. Tenacious defense by the Outlaws, though, nudging Phoenix out of bounds.
Yeah, that was Gin and Toxic. Nice job there from Arizona, knocking Phoenix out. But Phoenix manages to rumble her way through, gets past last blocker, number 88 there.
Nice
Split
work.
back from the penalty box. So let's see what Sin City's going to do with this.
Phoenix around the outside and steps out of bounds, but calls the jam off before Split can get there. 8 big points for Sin City. No, pardon me, 11. 11 points. Big jam for Sin City.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is pretty darn impressive after playing almost the full hour of Derby. They've still got gas left in the tank somehow.
Yeah, they've got 2 more games this weekend to play as well. At least 2, I think.
Whew. Litter Bomb finding an opening. Sin City quickly closes that. Defenders. And Litter Bomb splits through the defenders. Gets out his lead jammer. Maya's struggling to get out of traffic. There they go, inside lane. Crashing into the defenders. Bouncing around a little bit.
Yeah,
Litter
Bong
Bomb.
Jovi, number 918, coming out of the penalty box and just immediately into action there, trying to break up the Northern Arizona pack for Zumaya.
Solid hit there from the pivot. From Northern Arizona's pivot. Takes Zumaya to the ground, but Zumaya's back up.
Pretty sure that pivot is, I think it's Hugs and Stitches up there wearing the pivot for Outlaws.
So Zumaya on a scoring pass. Glitter Bomb watching carefully and deciding the exact second to call the jam off. So less than a minute left on the game clock. It might be one jam, it might be multiple jams.
Well, and it's a good tactic, honestly, for the team that's in the lead that has control of the score. They can take their time calling it off, let the clock run down a little bit, which is exactly what they were doing. Kind of backfired a little bit, though, because they didn't quite get the call off as quickly as they needed to avoid the Aces picking up 2 points on that. So 4-2 jam. So nice job by Sin City, just sticking with it, staying in the game till the whistles blew, managing to put 2 more points on the board. 34 seconds left on our game clock. We had an official review called by the Outlaws. Let's see what this one's about.
And folks, if you are local or if you want to drive back here in 2 weeks, we've got Uinta Roller Derby's got another home team game coming up on the 25th, I believe, 25th of April. That's a Saturday right here at the Derby Depot. First whistle is at 6 p.m. So come on down, watch some more excellent roller derby. And keep an eye on our socials because there will be a tournament in May, the May Meltdown, which will be a great time with some of the local teams and folks coming in from not local. So the official review time is over. We didn't get a verdict, so that might have just been time to give a little breather. But nonetheless, Pyre Scared trying to shove 3 humans around. Broke them up a little bit. Found an opening. So Pyre Scared is the lead jammer. Lethal Intention coming around quickly behind, though. Here comes Pie to the back of the pack. Sidesteps, slips out of bounds, calls the jam off from the floor. That is the end of game time. Please wait until the scoreboard says final score, and then you come out and show some love to these skaters.
Yeah, Pyre Scared actually called it off and got it called right as the period clock ticked down to 0. It was like they did it on purpose.
I bet you they did. That whistle means scores final. End of game 2 of our tournament. Northern Arizona taking the win with 286 points. Sin City Aces with 53 points. Both those teams have more games left in the tournament. Make some noise for these athletes and a great played game.
Thanks once again to all our volunteers, officials, medics, all our security staff, concessions, tickets, everybody up here. Not sure exactly what time the next game's going to start. I know the schedule's been a little bit wonky. We will get back to you as soon as we know what the schedule looks like moving forward. Once again, I am Colin DeShots, joined by
Shifty Hips.
We'll be back soon.